Good morning. We don't often do these kind of announcement videos, but I had a few things I wanted to update you on, so I thought I'd give you a quick rundown, including more information about our brand new YouTube channel. Firstly though, long-time TLDR viewers might remember when we used to release podcasts over on the TLDR podcast channel. And, well, we're starting to bring some of that back with our first new podcast in years, the Editorial. That's a show where TLDR Editor-in-Chief Zach and I sit down to discuss all of our recent content, why we covered the issues we did, and get the opportunity to address any complaints or controversy from the audience. So if you've always wanted more accountability from us, then you can watch that on Nebula, on the TLDR Podcast YouTube channel, or listen by searching in your favorite podcast app. Next up, you might remember the live streams that we did during the first rounds of the Conservative leadership race. But with the final result impending, I wanted to remind you that we're going live for the result on September 5th. So if you want to find out the result with us and get our analysis as it happens, then be sure to click the link in the description and ring the bell on the stream to be notified when we go live. Or just set a very long alarm on your phone. It's up to you. Thirdly, we're currently trying something a little different with our show, The Daily Briefing. You might know that that's the channel where we summarize the day's news into bite-sized chunks, so you can get in the know fast. Now though, instead of doing 5 stories really quickly, we're stretching out the first one a little more, to allow us to really inform you about the biggest story of the day in a more TLDR style. If you want to give the new format a go, then you can watch on YouTube or listen on your favorite podcast app. And as always, the extended version of the briefing can be found as a video or podcast feed exclusively on Nebula. Fourthly, I'm currently training for the London Marathon. Now, I'm not going to discuss this for too long, and you can find out more on my personal Twitter, but I'm raising money for SRUK, a charity who supports people with scleroderma, an autoimmune disease that my mum has suffered from for a number of years now. Now, currently there's no cure to scleroderma, and unfortunately it all too often ends in total organ failure. So if you want to support my running and people like my mum, then you can donate using the link down below. And finally, as I teased up front, we have a brand new YouTube channel which is out now. Now, I could tell you about the new channel, but you probably would rather just watch this. Musk, Zuckerberg, Gates, Cook, Bezos, Buffett. These are some of the most powerful and influential people in the world right now. Mark Zuckerberg is an unelected, all-powerful leader whose ability to reach billions every day literally cannot be reined in. Tim Cook runs a company which has a market cap higher than all but 7 countries' GDP, and more cash on hand than the US government. Jeff Bezos controversially employs an absolute army of staff. In fact, an army of staff bigger than the US, British, Canadian, and New Zealand armies combined. And Elon, well, he's busy playing fast and loose with the very system of commerce and stock exchange right now. And saying that isn't going to win me any subscribers from Elon fans, but it's true. These leaders, these businesses, wield immense weight in our world, and yet are often treated as abstract figures shuffling money around, as heroes and business deities, or as criminal devils. In my world though, things are never that cut and dry. I've been running a series of politics YouTube channels for about 5 years now, so I know a thing or two about powerful people and the deals they do to maintain that power and get things done. And to be honest, these people are often more powerful than the leaders who win the elections and political battles that I normally cover day to day. So let's take a look at the politics and power of business. Let's not allow our eyes to glaze over when the spreadsheets get dense. Let's not be distracted by flashy products or fancy sales pitches. Let's examine these businesses for what they really are. Let's look at the politics of business and how these people and companies change our world. And if that sounds good to you, then hit subscribe and take a look at TLDR Business. This morning, we've just released our first video about the secret economics of porn. How two companies control the industry and their list of the porn you can and can't make. Then on Thursday, we're going to be discussing Netflix's recent issues and if the streaming wars are hurting everyone. On Saturday, we'll be diving into Elon Musk's lawsuit and how the world's richest man could lose his title, as well as unpicking the ideology of Elon. Then on the 30th, we'll dissect if TikTok is the ultimate propaganda tool and run through the company's potential foray into the music industry. And finally, on the 2nd, we'll examine the $20 billion that Apple has in the bank and talk about what they do with their vast amounts of wealth. Sounds exciting, right? Well, if you can't wait, you can watch all of these videos right now on Nebula. That's our opening lineup available right now for you to check out before anyone else. And I'm super excited for you to watch them too. They're quite different when it comes to style, production, and animation, so I'm quite keen to hear what the first viewers think of it. So if you don't mind, when you do watch them on Nebula, just tweet me your thoughts. Oh, and when you do sign up, you don't just get our first business videos before anyone else. You also get all of our other exclusive videos, which will never make it to YouTube, and all of our videos ad-free. Now, if you're interested in getting more and helping out the channel, then you can get all of that for less than $15 a year. That's because we've done a deal with CuriosityStream, so if you sign up to their superb streaming service, home to some of the best documentaries online, you'll get Nebula absolutely free. That's right, 2 streaming services, CuriosityStream full of high-quality documentaries, and Nebula for more TLDR, all for less than $15 a year. Anyway, thanks for supporting the channel and signing up to Nebula, and I hope you're as excited for TLDR business as we are.